When it comes to sleep, parents have usually tried everything and are doing it all right. Reducing screen times, earlier bedtimes, blackout curtains, some try melatonin, white noise machines, and still their child is awake for 2, sometimes 3 hours when they clearly need more sleep. If that's your life right now, if it's a struggle to get the kids down, if your baby just can't get comfortable, if there's consistent wake ups and seemingly endless sleepless nights, if melatonin is the only thing that gets them there, or sometimes that doesn't even work, here's something important to understand. You're not failing at bedtime. Your child is not intentionally being difficult. What you're seeing, that exhausted but wired pattern, is a nervous system that is stuck. And no sleep routine, no supplement, no blackout curtain can override a nervous system that is physiologically locked in fight or flight mode. And if that's you, you're in the right place. We're covering a number of topics in today's video, all regarding sleep. What sleep actually does for your child's brain and body, why the nervous system controls whether your child can sleep, and a different approach that can be the key to unlocking your child's sleep when everything else hasn't seemed to work. Because the truth is, approximately 35% of children in the United States aren't getting enough sleep. That's more than 1 in 3 kids starting their day or walking into school running on empty. And we hear the same story from families every single week. They've tried it all, the routines, the supplements, the schedules, and their child is still exhausted, still wired, and still not sleeping. What nobody's telling these parents is that the problem isn't at bedtime. Like I said before, the problem starts in the nervous system, and it often starts long before bedtime routines were ever a factor. So, what is sleep actually doing for your child? Let's talk about it. Most parents think of sleep as rest, not much happening, right? But the truth is, sleep is one of the most active, productive parts of your child's entire day. While your child is sleeping, their brain is hard at work. It's sorting through everything they learned, strengthening connections, and organizing it all so it actually sticks. During deep sleep, growth hormone spikes, which means your child is quite literally growing while they rest. Their immune system is also getting a boost, producing the cells that fight off infections. That's why when kids are constantly overtired, they tend to get sick more often. And emotionally, sleep is where the brain processes feelings. So those meltdowns and big reactions you're seeing, often that's just a nervous system running on empty. At the same time, the body is repairing tissue, balancing hormones, and restoring energy for the next day. So, when we talk about sleep, we're not just talking about getting through the night. We're talking about one of the most important foundations for your child to truly thrive. And this brings us to something really important, your child's nervous system, because that's what actually controls sleep, not just habits. You can think of the nervous system like it has two pedals, a gas pedal and a brake pedal. The gas pedal is for alertness, for stress, for go, go, go. And the brake pedal is for rest, recovery, and sleep. And sleep only happens when the brake pedal wins. There's a key nerve involved here called the vagus nerve. When it's working the way it should, your child's body can gently shift from on during the day to off at night. But when there's interference in that system, what we call subluxation, those signals between the brain and body don't come through clearly. So even if your child is completely exhausted, their system can stay stuck in the on mode. And it's like trying to fall asleep after you've had 3 energy drinks, right? The body is tired, but the system just won't allow rest. And this is where so many families feel frustrated because it's not just about a better bedtime routine or a supplement. At its core, this is a nervous system regulation issue. And where does this nervous system issue first begin? We see it start to brew very early on. And I want to talk about something we call the perfect storm. This is the pattern we see when stressors start early and then build on each other over time, quietly impacting your child's ability to sleep from day one. And it can actually begin during pregnancy. Stress hormones like cortisol can cross the placenta, shaping how your baby's stress response system develops before they're even born. And then comes birth. Interventions like inductions, forceps, vacuum extraction, C section, or manual pulling, even something like a breech position, can create stress on the upper neck and the nervous system. And this is the exact area where the vagus nerve exits the skull, which plays a huge role in your child's ability to rest, digest, and sleep. And then as your child grows, more layers of stress get added. Things like repeated antibiotic use that disrupt the gut health, chronic reflux, constipation, or frequent illnesses. These aren't just random childhood issues. They can all be signals of a nervous system that's under stress, especially involving the vagus nerve. And over time, this builds into what's called dysautonomia. Dysautonomia is a dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system. There's too much gas pedal, not enough brake pedal. And for many families, the very first sign is sleep challenges, long before anything else becomes obvious. The nervous system is already struggling to regulate. And that's why, for so many families, it can feel like sleep has been a challenge from the very beginning. And when sleep is chronically disrupted, the effects reach into every part of your child's development. Research shows that children with insufficient sleep can present with signs that look identical to ADHD, hyperactivity, impulsivity, and poor attention because those are what exhaustion looks like in kids, not calm and sleepy like it does in adults. And when sleep is off, the body can't fully heal. The immune system doesn't get the chance to rebuild. So families get stuck in this exhausting cycle. There's sickness, there's antibiotics, which then comes with a gut disruption, which then stresses out the vagus nerve, which leads to even worse sleep, and then more sickness over and over again. Sleep is also when the brain processes and store what kids are learning. So when sleep is disrupted, memory suffers, learning feels harder, and school can start to feel overwhelming. In those big emotional moments, the meltdowns, that's not a bad attitude. That's a nervous system running on empty. And over time, chronic sleep challenges can even impact mood and lead to things like depression because the nervous system just doesn't have the capacity to handle normal everyday emotional challenges. So, how do we actually help kids sleep better at the root and not just temporarily? At our office, we focus on something called neurologically focused chiropractic care. It's not about forcing the body to do anything, it's about gently removing interference so the body can finally do what it was designed to do. When there's stress on the nervous system, what we call subluxation, the body can get stuck in that fight or flight mode. We're unable to fully settle into that rest. And that's where sleep starts to struggle. But when that interference is reduced, the nervous system can begin to shift again between stress mode into rest and healing mode the way it's supposed to. The vagus nerve can finally do its job, helping the body fall asleep and stay asleep. And we're never guessing. We use something called insight scans to actually see where the nervous system is overwhelmed, how much stress is there, and which areas of the body are being affected most. And one of the first thing that parents tell us with their kids when they get under care is often sleep got better. And then digestion starts improving. Kids get sick less often. Behavior shifts, emotions feel more manageable. It doesn't happen by forcing symptoms away. It happens by supporting the nervous system so the body can finally settle, regulate, and heal. Because sometimes better sleep isn't about doing more, it's about removing what's been getting in the way all along. Because sleep is the foundation. When your child can access deep, restorative sleep, the memory consolidation, the growth hormone, the immune strengthening, the emotional processing, and everything else follows. Remember, your child's struggle to sleep isn't behavioral. It isn't something they'll just grow out of either. It's a nervous system that is stuck, and there is a path forward. If you're ready to get to the real root of your child's sleep challenges, reach out to our team at Rising Health in Knoxville. Click the link in our bio, send us a DM, or schedule directly on our website, risinghealth.com. I'll leave you with this: better sleep is possible for your family. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.